Pete Kelly talking to you from Senate Finance, actually my office in Senate Finance, and I want to give everyone a report on how the budget process is going. As you know, we're facing an incredible fiscal challenge, and the Senate Finance Committee, as well as the House Finance Committee, have taken that challenge and done some things about it. We've cut the budget. We're in the process of doing that actually right now. We're going to go through amendments here in a few days. We're going to go through public testimony. We already are in the process of that, as a matter of fact. And then we're going to have it on the floor. We have to wait for the House to pass us a document before we can proceed, so it probably won't be until next week that we actually have it on the floor. But when we do have it, what we will vote on will be a much smaller government. Last year we cut $800 million from the budget, and this year we're trying to get somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 million. That's quite a reduction over a 2-year period of time. We've also passed some statutes. We've worked on structural changes to the government through our subcommittees so that we have long-term savings way into the future. For instance, a Medicaid reform bill that our committee just finished up. As a matter of fact, it's sponsored by me. And it changes Medicaid in some really ways that people think are just make common sense. Emergency room visits, fraud protection, those kinds of things, so that we can get some long-term savings and just aren't spending more and more and more money on this system that in the past has been pretty well broken. Anyway, we hope to fix that system with this bill. We're actually quite pleased with the statutory changes that we're making that will reduce government spending and make government more efficient, but we have more to go. Likewise, I think it's important to keep in mind that we're at the very early process in the budget, though historically we have never finished up the budget as quickly as we will. We hope to be finished somewhere around March 15th, March 16th, something like that. And then the two sides of the legislature can go into a conference committee and we'll kind of work out the differences between the two budgets. Point is, we're on track to a historically early conclusion to the budget process so that we can get into a discussion on some of the governor's revenue measures. I'm not a big fan of revenue measures, but I'm just one vote. So that we can fix this government from the long term. We want to make sure government is smaller so that you don't have to pay money out of your earnings to fund silly stuff that we all agree probably shouldn't be done. It's going to take a long time to do it. This year is just the first year in some of the big reforms that we're making that will give us long-term budget reductions. But nonetheless, in the future, we're going to have a smaller, more efficient, and more responsive government.